Hi out there in YouTube land. I'm gonna make a video today on my oxalic acid treatments, how I do them. I got through my first 2 rows already. I didn't even think about doing a video. I haven't done a video in a while. I figure I'll throw this in there, and you know, sometimes people think you don't really do anything with bees in the fall and the winter, but you still gotta get out there, you know, make sure they're all right. You don't want to disturb them too much, but you know, on days above 50-60 degrees, you got to check on them, make sure they're doing all right. Don't mind the grass. We are in the middle of cutting it, so don't judge me on that one. But my wife cutting the grass right now. I don't let her cut the grass around the bees, though, I can tell you that. I don't let her cut the grass around the bees, if you know what I mean. She has a tendency to hit things. Once I get started, I'm gonna put my respirator on, so I won't be able to talk. I'll kind of go through everything before I get started, and I'll set the camera up kind of down there a little bit ahead of me, and you can kind of watch what I'm doing. And then if you have any questions or anything, you can leave it in the comments. Let's see, I use this gun. I got it from Weller Bee Supply, and you fill these caps up with oxalic acid. So one scoop for, I use 1 scoop for 5 frame, and then I use 2 scoops for 10 frame and more. And the reason I do that, I know some people are going to say, well, half a scoop for 5, and you know, 1 scoop for 10, but I leave the front open. I don't block them in. I've drilled holes in the back of my hive, so when I need to treat, I just pop that out, treat, move to the next one, pop it out. Everything goes a little faster. And I think I got around 30 or 35 or 40 hives right now, so the faster I can do it, the easier it is for me. The biggest downfall with this oxalic acid vaporizer is that the end, the way I do it, sometimes gets plugged up with propolis, or you know, sometimes the bees will, you know, just kind of enclose that area. So I have to clean that, and sometimes the oxalic acid will actually get in the end. I'll kind of, as we're going through, I'll kind of bring it up to the camera so you can see what's going on. I actually, when I got this, I trimmed, I think it was maybe about 1/2 inch longer, maybe 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch longer. I cut it down, which helped me with the oxalic acid solidifying at the end. And then let's see what else. I set my timer for 50 seconds. I usually have the flame set just so the blue the blue part of the flame is hitting the inside, the chamber. I'll use my propane torch. My igniter broke on my little spicy dew thing. This is the second one I've had. I wouldn't recommend getting one of these. The first one, I think the adjuster broke. This one, the igniter broke. So they're not high on my list of things to get. But I'll use my propane torch to clear this out of the oxalic acid that solidified, and then I'll use it to light, because you'll see me get the end, and then I'll go like that, and I'll use it to light this. I have like a little apron, little Home Depot apron that I use I stick some extra butane in there. That way if I'm going, I don't have to go back and grab anything. I keep pliers in case my plugs are stuck or propolized in there. And then I keep my scooper. And then I do keep my oxalic acid in a bucket like this. And then I set the bucket. You'll kind of see what I do. But I fill my caps, and then I set my bucket wherever I need to fill my next cap whenever I empty one, and then that kind of helps me keep track of where I need to go next. And then I also leave that bag inside the bucket because I was just using just that and on top of the hive, but man, it gets a little windy out here, and I actually had one bag blow over and I lost, I don't know, a cup or so of oxalic acid. And throwing money away ain't the greatest thing to do. But okay, if I think of anything else, I'll try to add it at the end. If not, like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments. I think the only thing, I'll do three to 5 treatments in a month. Just kind of depends on mite count. If I do like a mite wash and I still have mites after the 3rd, then I'll do a 4th, so on and so forth. In the winter time, if it gets above 50 degrees, I'll do a treatment like once or twice a month through the winter. Well, I'm in Ohio, so sometimes we're in November now, so I'll get the rest of my treatments this month, and next month I might get 1 treatment, maybe 2 in, and then January it'll probably be rough. February is going to be rough. If I get a warm spell, then I'll come out and treat them. One thing I will add is I will not use oxalic acid in the spring and summer when I have honey supers on, and usually after my last honey pool, that's when I'll start my oxalic acid treatments. I also use super DFM. I'll do that pretty much directly, like the day after or the week after I pull honey. Usually in the fall, usually mid-October or so, I'll open feed about 150, 200 yards away. I do put windbreaks on the front of each hive, and I usually insulate the top with either insulation or a quilt board. I will wrap some of the hives. Hopefully I can tape some of that for you. If not, some of you already know I did write a book a year or 2 ago, or maybe 3 years ago. Time seems to fly, but that's available on Amazon if you want to take a look. I have everything in there that I've ever learned, since I started. How to deal with any problems in the bee yard. I'll try and set a link to that in the description. Alright, I'll get started. I'll shut up and get started and set my camera up down there, and you can kind of watch as I go down through. Alright. All right, here's my diagram of my spring and summer box setup. That way you kind of understand. I know when I was doing the oxalic acid treatments, some people were probably looking at it and thinking, well, he's got supers on his boxes and he's treating with oxalic acid. Yeah, but those are not the boxes that I would pull honey from. Basically anything above the blue line is where I would add the supers. So I mean, my normal setup that I prefer would be a deep and 3 medium, and I do that just because I'm getting older and the boxes are lighter to pick up than the deeps. But I will have 2 deeps, 2 mediums on occasion. A lot of times I just run a deep and 2 mediums, and then I stick, like I said, I stick my honey supers on top of that, anything above the blue line, which sometimes may be an excluder, a queen excluder. Anything less than that, I usually don't pull honey from. I let them build so that, when they get to fall and they have plenty of supplies to make it through winter. Below the line is my fall winter setup. So in the winter I may have 2 deeps, 2 mediums, 1 deep, 3 medium, 1 deep, 2 medium, or anything less will be my fall setup. And the reason for that, that way I can treat with oxalic acid, and most of my wraps are already set up for boxes this size. Just makes everything easier for me anyway. In the fall I will open feed. I'm cutting back on that more and more just because prices of sugar are going up. I think the last bag we bought was it was like $15 or $17, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I try to leave as much as I can, leave as much honey for them as I can. I usually pull honey once a year. Usually got some company here. I'm surprised the drone's still. And in the spring, if I come out of winter with 2 deeps and 2 mediums, or a deep and 3 mediums, those are the hives that I'm going to be doing splits on. This one I would let build, and anything smaller, of course. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.